Second Cup is brought to you by Roswell Park Comprehensive Care Center.
Hi, everyone. Good morning. It's 8 o'clock on a Friday. Welcome to Second Cup. We have made it to the end of the week. Thank goodness for small miracles. TGIF. We've made it.
It's been a long week.
It has been a long week. A long, frustrating week for some.
Welcome to Friday, everybody. We have a special guest who will be joining us in a little bit.
We do.
You know this person. You love this person. We all do.
He's our favorite little weasel.
Shorts.
We'll talk with him in just a bit.
Very rude. Edward.
But I love him.
Perhaps I'll shove you out of the way so I can have
No.
a conversation with
Okay, so I love this person very, very much.
Uh-huh.
And we all do, right?
Uh-huh.
He's a very, very nice person. We'll talk with him in just a little bit.
Looking forward to it.
Okay.
Hit you with some headlines first.
First, we got some news to report here. I was just going through some federal court documents and learned that Peyton Gendron, the racist Tops mass shooter, has filed officially a change of venue request to have his trial moved from Buffalo to Rochester. Now, this is a federal death penalty case, which is different than the state charge he's already been convicted of and will spend the rest of his life in prison as a result of. What's interesting about this case is that obviously we know 10 people were shot and killed. 10 black people were shot and killed. Why is that important? Because he targeted Peyton Gendron, this white teenager, targeted Buffalo specifically because of its concentration of black people on Buffalo's east side. And we know the systemic issues. We know the history of why there is a high concentration of black people on Buffalo's east side. We're talking redlining. We're talking white flight. We're talking so many circumstances that led to this one horrible event in our community. What?
I was saying that Katie's mic was good because someone commented that her mic was off, but it's good now.
Okay. And what we've now learned is that one of the reasons why Peyton Gendron wants to have his trial moved from Buffalo to Rochester after a judge denied his motion to move it from Buffalo to New York City is because of this. And this is a direct quote from the filing. Because Buffalo has a history of systemic racism and discrimination, which would preclude the possibility that a fair, impartial, and diverse jury can be seated if the case is tried in the district.
So listen.
Irony to a T.
It is ironic. However, do you think the argument they could potentially be trying to make, and I'm not saying, I agree either way with this, could the argument, I understand what they're saying here, could their argument be that he would not get a fair trial because of what happened here? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, could the jury here not be impartial versus somewhere else? And again, we already know he's life in prison.
Right,
when it
he
comes to
did
state
this.
charges. Right, exactly. This is already. It's not semantics because this could potentially carry the death penalty.
Correct.
So that's my question: is this argument to mean the way you're looking at it, or is this argument to mean because of this, his lawyers are arguing he could not get a fair trial because of what he did? Do you know what I'm saying?
Yes. So let me break this down for you because I think I know the answers. Let me first answer Kelly's question. Kelly says, I thought he was already denied a change of venue to New York City. How can he ask again? He is officially filing because, yes, the judge denied the motion to move this case to New York City.
But didn't deny Rochester.
Correct. And left open the possibility to move this to Rochester. And now, as a result of leaving that door open, his defense team has officially filed that request to move it to Rochester.
Right.
Now, they went through the defense and conducted some sort of a study and found that there was higher saturation of news coverage in Buffalo. Right. Most people knew about what happened in Buffalo. compared
course.
to Rochester, where fewer people knew about it and fewer people have an opinion one way or another.
So that's what I'm saying. I think that they might be saying this. We're reading it as ironic, but what they're actually saying is that.
Right.
And don't get me wrong, there's still irony there.
Right.
But I think I think it needs to be read such that he wouldn't get a fair trial. What they're saying because of what happened here, because it did happen here, because people are more familiar with it.
And they also say that there are more connections in Buffalo.
And because even if you think about it, let's take any kind of trial that happens in Buffalo, any kind. You're going to get put on a jury for something. You don't know the details of that like you do this. Many people don't, because most things that you get jury duty for, the majority of things, are never covered.
What was interesting, though, is that the government argued, look, the reason why the reason why it should stay in Buffalo is because while there is a lot of news coverage, right now it's just procedural. That the news coverage right now is such that it is reporting basically on court filings. It's not like what it was in the days, weeks, and months after the shooting, which, by the way, was almost 4 years ago.
You know what I do think might almost be like a more difficult part of this, and we always say there's like 1 degree of separation here. I feel like, could it be harder to seat a jury here? And it probably would be, right? Because you'd have people who literally do have connections to victims, to people who, you know what I mean, in many ways that you wouldn't have in Rochester. And listen, again, either way.
Yes. But
And I just hate the idea of like, oh, somebody gets seated and they didn't disclose that. And you know,
Sure.
that should never be the case. But you just never know.
they're sending out 3,000 surveys to the Buffalo district, is what the U.S. was saying,
Right.
what the government was saying. They're sending out 3,000 surveys and will likely bring in about 1,200 people to question further. So what is the likelihood that 3,000 people have a connection? Or what is the likelihood that 1,200 people have a connection?
Yeah.
You don't know.
Right.
What's interesting here, Linda
Right.
is saying, I'm sure his lawyer is trying to get him out of Buffalo because he's basically hated here. My thought is that it needs to stay in Buffalo because that's where it happened. And frankly, that's what the government is arguing also. Robin says Peyton knew what he was doing. His motive was so planned. So the way I see it is his fair trial is moot because those innocent victims didn't have a fair, simple day to shop. And so, right.
Yeah.
I see what you're saying, Robin, and I understand it 100%. But, under the law, he's guaranteed a fair trial. Look, here's the thing. We already know he's guilty. We already know he did it. We already know his motive. He wanted to shoot and kill as many black people as possible, which is why he drove hours from Conklin to New York to Buffalo.
I just feel like it's going to be so hard, no matter where you had this trial, to seat. Obviously, this is what these people do for a living, and this is their expertise, not mine. But I just feel like it could be very difficult to seat a completely unbiased. Like, this is just it's so hard because you know that bias existed in the reasoning for this happening.
Sure.
So it would be I would just find it to be so difficult to feel like you could remain totally unbiased, going into it. Like, it would take a very special person to be able to be seated on that jury and say, listen, I am going to like fully listen to everything here, and like, that's our job, right? If we do get seated, you have to know if you can and can't do that.
Exactly.
I just feel like it would be hard to do.
Robin says, why doesn't he just plead guilty? So this is an interesting conversation. Again, we already know that he has done it. We know his motive. We know that he traveled here. We know that he affected everyone here. And more so those 10 families who have lost a loved one. We can't forget that, there are literal victims here. The defense has basically said that if the federal government did not seek the death penalty, he would plead guilty to the federal charges against him.
But the federal government decided to.
And so now that they're seeking the death penalty, they're just trying to spare his life at this point. Otherwise, we know he's going to be serving the rest of his life in prison. He's never going to be out of an orange jumpsuit. He'll never see the light of day again. But at this point, they are just trying to spare his life, for better or for worse.
Yeah. Yeah, it's hard, and you see, it's
very
obviously,
sad.
The other thing too is like we have to realize too, his defense attorneys are doing their jobs.
Sure, absolutely.
Because he is entitled to this. and it is what like that is the way our country is built.
Mm-hmm.
So it's important to recognize they're not grasping at straws, they're not whatever. They are doing what they are supposed to be doing.
Right. And again, they have said that he would plead guilty
Yeah.
had they not
Right.
gone after the death penalty. So realistically,
Right. It's just-
that's what's at stake here.
Right.
I also, this case is costing taxpayers
So much money. Oh my
a lot
can't
of
even.
money.
I can't even. Kelly says it would probably be harder to seek a jury, but he chose to come here, chose to do what he did here in Buffalo. Feels some type of way, but honestly, anywhere he's moved, the outcome would probably be the same.
And
Now,
Barry.
will it? I don't know.
Well, there's only two options now.
Yes.
The option one is here in Buffalo. Option two is Rochester.
But then when you think about like what will the outcome of this be? Do you know what I mean? Like
This will not end
no,
after
it will
the
go
trial.
for a long
And
time.
here's the other part that's interesting to me. Jury selection is expected to begin in August.
Mm-hmm.
The trial, the evidentiary part of this trial, is not expected to begin until October.
That honestly seems like a quick timeline to me. I'm not gonna lie because I just know how long these things drag out. And then like let's just say something plays out and you find let's take a past case where somebody ends up getting the death penalty. Okay, you will hear about that, and then like 10 years, 12 years, 15 years later.
Correct.
They're still appealing, or they've lost their final appeal, or things like
Right.
that. Do you know what I mean? Like we're talking these
Years.
do not turn around. Yeah,
This
it's
trial is expected to last months,
right.
too.
And so then think about the months. Think about then the appeal process. Think about then what. And,
Right.
You know, a lot of the times you'll hear somebody had been sentenced to death in 1995. You know, or I'm just
What's also important to me, and I was there on May 14th.
Mm.
I saw what this community went through. I felt it. Like it literally changed the course of my career. It changed me as a person. Watching what happened, when you hear the wailing outside of the supermarket, and you hear from the people who
Horrific.
watched this on their social media or saw the pictures of his gun, and it has given me horrible anxiety, right? And this is me as a white man coming to you saying this is what it's done to me. I can only imagine what it's done to the black community, right? But what's more is that the history of how we got here, of how we got to this point, and how we have allowed that to happen in our own community, how we've allowed this segregation, how we've allowed people to be marginalized, how we've allowed people to say they are not as equal to me because of the color of their skin. There is a...
I mean, this entire country has that history.
Exactly.
Which is, Linda, I'm wondering how his lawyer's going to defend him. He knows this guy did it. How can he say he did it? Maybe get insanity. But, well, so, again, they're arguing to not have the death penalty, or they're not arguing to say that he didn't do it.
Right.
And that being said, again, like, that's the lawyer's job. You have to do your job,
Right. So they're doing it. Noreen makes you want to scream. I
Yeah.
know.
Right.
So we'll be following that one for you throughout the day.
Okay.
You want to talk about your power outages?
Yeah, just let you know really quick. Let me just make sure they're still happening here because I just want to quick do an update. We had some power outages. Yeah, here we go. So this would be about 500 customers if you're in this area impacted. It's like right between MLK Park, Genesee, Moselle, Emerson, that area. So close to Bailey. Just know you've got power out now. Let's see when they're hoping to get it back on. Oh.
Come on, for Christ's sake. Why does technology always fail us when you need it most?
We'll let you know when they're going to get it back on, when I can get to all this stuff here. Okay.
Navigating the complexities of a website on the fly. Here's Jordan helping us out here.
Yeah, this is where I am, Jordan, but once you click on the thing, it's taking
Click on the
you-
thing. All right, there we go. About 9:30. It's
There we
expected
go.
to be
Why
back on.
did it not do it for me? No.
User error.
Sure.
All right.
Oh, Lordy.
Let's talk to our special guest who's with us here this morning. The one, the only,
Oh, and we love him so much.
Michael Schwartz is here with us this morning.
Michael. Hi,
Hello,
honey.
Michael.
Hi guys, how are you?
Good.
How are
Jeter
you?
Jeter just perked up a little bit.
More
Good.
Jeter.
He's coming in a minute. Real quick, before we get into all the fun, I did, doing problem solvers for these past few years. I do want to just comment real quick on what you were saying. And okay, relax. It's just Ed. Okay, relax. Come here.
Cheater,
Come here.
I do the same when I hear Ed's voice.
Basically, it's tough. I'll just say this: over the past few years, Jeter, come on, it's my final day. It's been hard to see the inequalities of the communities that I've gone into, and it's boiled my blood, and it's kept me really frustrated when I go home and for the days and the weeks that follows. And especially when we talk about 514. I have been so tired of hearing we need to do better. And then 3 years later, this is what's still happening. So I hope as I leave Buffalo, I just hope that more can be done in all communities, holding landlords accountable, holding bad tenants accountable. I mean, we waste so much time when things can be better. And obviously I had a job to do and I'm proud and I'm so thankful that I got to help people. But it's kind of embarrassing that people have to call the news for this, right?
Especially, Michael, right? Some of the places that you've gone into, some of the people you've helped, like they're really living through tough stuff and they haven't been able to get anywhere by themselves. They needed you to step in and help them out.
I had a landlord once, I'm going to stand up. I had a landlord once hand me a mousetrap to put in someone's house. And I said, are you kidding me? Are you kidding? So, it's just, and again, it's not, there's great landlords out there. But it's companies. It's representatives from major to small companies that put people through the mill. And then, but they get back to me in 4 hours. I haven't been a wizard or a magician over these past few years. It's just sad that people can't communicate as well as they do with customers first or tenants first or whatnot. So
For sure, because a lot of this stuff could be stopped by that. Just the line of communication being open.
Right.
Yeah.
There's so much red tape, unfortunately, and Michael's been able to break through it over the past 4 years that he's been here. And we should point out that today is Michael's last day.
Yeah.
And
We're gonna miss your adorable face, Michael.
I
We
know.
love you.
Oh, thanks. I think my parents are watching, and we had this debate yesterday about how I shouldn't be clean shaven. They were always like, "Oh, you should be clean shaven." I like a little bit. Ed likes the mustache. Katie really hated the mustache. She told me. My mom doesn't like the mustache.
So she's right.
So I wanted a little bit of this, but baby face Ed is fine.
well, so Michael, let's reflect.
We
on
got that
4
out of the way.
years.
We got that out of the way.
Yeah. Dude, you're off. I mean, this is so cool for you. I mean, today's your last
You've been
day.
here for 4 years.
I know.
I
Like,
know.
I remember when you came
It
here,
seems like
Michael.
I just met you.
And
know.
when you came here, I had heard that you were from Long Island, and then I spoke to you for the first time. Michael, by the way, sits next to me.
Yeah.
And Michael is from Belmore, which is a town over from where I grew up. And it was the coolest thing to have not only a guy who knows Long Island, but a guy who grew up so close to where I grew up, a Jewish guy who, both of us share that similarity also. It was just very, very cool to have someone who knows your history, your background. It kind of makes you feel good in Buffalo.
So, Michael, if you have to look back on some of your top moments here, what stories are you never going to forget, or what really sticks out in your mind?
Oh my gosh, so many. Well, first off, to Ed's point of what he said earlier, 514 and the blizzard changed me and changed how I think. And the best here's the thing that people don't realize about being a journalist, right? And I try to say this to younger journalists too, is like, don't just go to any live shot and then go home, because the stuff that we did off camera changes you. The conversations change you, and I always try to bring people through my eyes. I wish more people got to see and hear and see the things I've heard and seen. So obviously, 514 was such an impactful story. Something
And you
that
did so much weather coverage for us too, Michael.
Yes,
With
and I
your
did
ski
so much.
goggles on. All
Yeah.
this blowing snow.
And I was getting to that. So
Yeah.
that, and then also the blizzard. I mean, the blizzard. Not many people realize I had COVID the day before, and then my brother drove me home from Toronto because I just took the bus up. It was Hanukkah actually that week, and I had Peter with me, and I was in his basement, in one of his rooms. And then we came back, and I had COVID. I was like, I am not missing reporting on this major blizzard, and that was wild. And then I weaseled my way onto ABC News, as Ed would, and weaseled my way onto CNN, as Ed would say.
And the Bills.
Katie might say like I earned it, but Ed would say like I weaseled my way in. Um, but
He's just jealous, Michael.
I am so jealous.
Yeah. Wait, and Michael,
But-
let me also just bring up, because there was another story that you covered that actually really did change your life
Yeah.
Yeah.
in so many ways, because it actually gave you a roommate.
yeah, Jeter, come here.
So
Jeter.
tell everybody, not a lot of people might know, how did you get
here.
your dog? When
So-
you talk about becoming part of a story that you're covering, tell everybody
So-
how Jeter came into your life.
So Jeter came into my life because I was supposed to be going to family court.
Hey, Jeter.
What a sweetheart.
bud.
So-
Oh, hi, honey.
Yeah, this is the best news story I ever did. I'm biased, but I was supposed to be going to family court, and I said for some reason for a story, and I was like, you know what, let me just hang around for a little bit. Like I could, touch base. I want to stay for the meeting, and we get an email from one of our colleagues, and they're like, hey, there's this video of a puppy that's going around left on the street, abandoned. And I'll try to pull up the picture, but and I raced there. My blood's boiling, everything. I'm like, who leaves a dog out on the side of the road? And I get there, I'm in no position to take home a dog, and I'm like,
That's how it always
I
happens.
get there, and SPCA is there and everything, and I'm just staying with them. And I didn't even know this was going to be my story for the day, and I'm just staying with them. And I later learn that this guy who's a well-known plumber in Depew, still know him, still friends with him, had hired people to build a roof on his property, and they said, hey, we're selling 2 black lab puppies. Could we sell them here? He's like, yeah, I actually want one, but you could leave a sign outside. First day they came to work, he went to the job, they left a sign outside, puppies for sale, and they left the puppies. And this is the first day of summer. So not the best idea. And people went nuts, and I'm sitting with the puppies. And because I've been tweeting this out, people are showing up with cash. And something in me just blurted out, I might be taking the dog. And then like it was like 25%. And then I went to, I forget what happened. Oh, and then like someone said like they could help me, and then like find a good vet. And then it just went up, and then he wore a red collar like our old black lab, our family dog. And then I was
That'll
like,
do it.
I was like, I mean, done. And
It was
I-
fate.
yeah,
So,
it was
and
fate.
did you get him that night? I'm trying to remember.
I no, so I said yes. They went to the lab. They went to the vet the next
Right.
day because it was him and his sister
funny.
Piper, and that was it. I'm trying to show. Here's the picture of the 2 of them when I came in there. Yeah,
Which one is Jeter? Is he on the bottom?
I think he's on the bottom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ah.
So stinking
But
cute.
that was the report I did from that day.
And like this is just one of those things too, where you're like, there are so many stories that you cover, and then every now and then you just really get like,
Yeah.
Well, that was it. Wait, I'll show you. Hold on.
one just
personal
becomes part of
connection.
your life.
Oh,
Oh,
no.
my god!
So
Wow.
that picture went like took off, and then I fell in love with that face. I mean, come on. And then now Katie's Bandit is friends with
They go to
Katie's
daycare
Bandit. That
together.
didn't sound good.
Mhm.
Katie's Bandit. Katie's dog Bandit is good friends with Jeter,
And Pipey
Ed's-
too.
Ed's niece.
So it's Ed's sister's dog. But
Yeah.
you know what? It's just like these are the kind of things, and then Jeter's going to go with you. And Michael, we do have a lot of people. Just a lot of the copies want to know where you're going.
I know. And I will address that. So I can't say just yet. I can't. I have signed something. It's always, but I will say I am staying on air. It's not.
Be careful what
I've
you
been.
say, Michael.
Yeah.
I've been on 3 local TV stations.
Yes.
But it will not be another local TV station. That's all I'll say.
Right.
So,
And that's okay.
But I'm gonna pull out an Ed. This is what Ed does when tours come into the building. Pull out your phones, and if you follow Michael Schwartz TV on Instagram, you could follow me. I'll announce it. My Twitter also. But yeah, I'll announce it in about a week or.
Okay.
Yeah, beginning of March.
So that's important. Just wanted to let everybody know that because a lot of people have been asking where he's going. He will let you know. We are so excited for whatever your future venture is, Michael. We're so excited for what the future holds for you.
Michael, Marguerite's wondering, what are you going to miss the most about Buffalo?
Ooh, great question.
What am I
His
going to miss the
coworkers.
most about Buffalo? Yeah, my coworkers. No, what am I going to miss? I'm going to miss like the constant like go of some of the crazy stories. I'm going to miss the wings. I'm going to miss the people.
Sweet.
But yeah, I'm definitely going to miss the people for sure. But yeah.
I'm going to miss Michael casually walking in.
Thank
the
you,
morning.
Jordan.
Oh, perfect. Aren't you going to miss Michael like casually walking in
Yeah,
the
okay.
morning?
Well, so let me tell you what I'm going to miss about you, Michael.
just
The,
like
the
yeah.
roast.
I've been very
I
quiet through all of this.
I love
There's
this.
a first time for everything.
I know, because here's my thought. Michael is a genuinely good person.
He's a very, very nice person.
And when you ask for a friend, when you ask for a coworker, you want somebody like Michael on your team. He is genuinely one of the most talented people I've met. He's a hard worker. My mom would call him a mensch, and that is a good person in Yiddish. And he is just that through and through.
So here's something I'll say over the years, and I think you'd probably agree, that you and I have been quoted as saying, when something was going on, when we knew it was going to be something big, whatever, we go, can we just send Michael?
Seriously.
Because
Guys.
you would know. Can we just get Michael there? Can Michael just come in and do it? Because
Listen, we don't have a lot of pull here, Michael, but
Michael, no one listens to us,
Right.
but boy, do we talk a lot. No, but we would say, can we just say Michael? Because you would get there and you would always do a fantastic job. Like Michael gets TV. Michael gets what needs to happen. Michael understands. Like you could go to Michael for a live shot and you are getting great TV.
right. And so, Michael, your talent is not unnoticed. And I've said to Michael many times, and we were watching something yesterday in the newsroom about how Michael did a report for WABC, which is where I interned when I first started. Michael interned for ABC News at Good Morning America. And
The View.
oh, excuse me, The View. Nonetheless, the network. The reality is Michael is network quality.
Oh,
and
gosh, yeah.
network would be stupid not to hire him at some point.
I have always said to Paul, like you'd be on, doing your stories or whatever, and I'd be like, Michael's going to be on the network someday.
Right.
Or we'd be watching, I watch David every night. Copies everybody.
Hi,
And
David.
I'd say, I'm going to see Michael Schwartz on here someday.
Exactly. So, Michael, listen.
I appreciate it.
We're honestly so glad
That we met you.
Yeah, and we're lucky to have had you on our team.
Yes.
We're lucky that you are really who you are and what you've brought to our newsroom, because there have been so many people who passed through, and I don't know that every single person has made an impact the way you have.
Yeah, you made an impact not only here, but on the community. And
I
think
appreciate that.
It means so much. And it's meant a lot to us to get to know you. And we wish you so well in the future. And please keep in touch when you're on the network, because I want to be able to send you a text and be like, hey, Michael.
Michael, what the hell was that live shot?
Hey,
What
Michael,
the hell?
good job today.
What the hell?
Tell David I said hi.
No, real quick. I know you got to go too. But yeah, I thank you guys, and that was so nice of you to say. I really think just like Buffalo is just it was so meant to be. I was on my way to Fort Myers, Florida, literally. And I was supposed to be there. But I can't imagine. Could you imagine like not meeting Ed Drench or Katie Morse like in my lifetime? Like that'd be crazy.
Many people would say, thank God.
What a hard life. Yeah.
Everything was just so meant to be.
Yes. Yes.
And the people here are just really special. Like everyone's like, oh, this community special, this community special, and
Yes.
every Binghamton, Rochester, and Buffalo have all been special. But I said it in something in my post about how, everyone calls Bills Mafia the best fan base. There's a reason for that because people here are just born loyal. People in other sports markets would not be cheering for the Bills as they have after so many losses like that, right? So to have a community of Western New York where you have a team that's never won a Super Bowl yet they show up no matter what. I was so grateful to be immersed in that. Bills Mafia is the best, and the people here. Bills Mafia is Bills Mafia because that's the culture in Western New York. And there's so much pride in communities, and there's so much give you the shirt off your back. I mean, it was unbelievable to be on news stories and see people who just got a food donation jump in line to go help. I mean, like that's just Buffalo. So this community is
great place.
special. Yeah, and I hope to be back. And but yeah, thanks guys for everything. And please, 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 no one does it better than this newsroom. Please trust journalists because Twitter and social media, you see it right now with some national stories that are going on. People who are not journalists have nothing to lose if they're wrong. These guys that do what they do and what we do every day has their job on the line. So please trust journalists and not just anyone with a blue check mark.
We love you, Michael. Thank you so much for joining us on your last day. Good luck today. Good luck in the future, and we'll see you at 9:45. Don't be late, Michael.
Yeah.
Love you, buddy. Coffee on my desk, okay? Please, my last day.
Okay. Yeah, and give Jude a little kissy.
Jeter, say bye.
Bye, Jeets.
Bye, Jeter.
So sweet. I love him.
All right, we got to go. Have a great weekend, everyone.